How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be continuing What If the Brolys Were Twins? You guys absolutely destroyed the like goal of 1K last part, and I really appreciate that, everybody. Let's see if we can get this part to the same amount of likes, 1,000. I know it's hard to do that for part 2s, but if we can reach that, then I'll begin work on the next part right away. Before we continue, if you guys like this channel and Dragon Ball, then consider joining the Discord server, where you can have some cool conversations with others who like Dragon Ball and this channel. You can also send me art over there, which is where I got this new avatar by Colin once again. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Also, if you guys want, you can follow me over on Instagram, @DamonIsHere, I guess. Where you can reach out to me on there too, where I'll most likely respond. And you can see pictures of my daily life. Anyways, with all that out of the way, let's dive straight back into this What If. We pick up right where the last part left off, with Super Broly deciding to stay here on Earth with his new friends. He now has to adjust to a new life, without his father or his brother. Though Goku tells him there is a way that they'll be able to revive Paragus, these magical orbs called the Dragon Balls. He can use the Dragon Balls to revive his father, and maybe even his brother if he wants. A way to get his family back so soon? That would really make him feel better. Although, reviving his brother, that's probably not the best decision he'd ever make in his life. His brother was pure evil, and he ended so many innocent lives. It would be worse for everybody if he was revived. His brother needs to stay dead. Broly asks when he can use the Dragon Balls to bring back his father, and Goku tells him that they're going to use the Dragon Balls to undo all of the damage that a monster named Cell caused. In a few days, they're going to participate in the Cell Games tournament, and battle it out for the sake of the universe. Once they defeat him, they're going to use the Dragon Balls to revive everybody killed by him. So once they do that, Broly can use them as well to revive his father. Broly is grateful, and thanks Goku so much for the help. Since he helped him out in fighting his brother, he'll be more than happy to help them out against this Cell monster, as thanks. Goku says that would be great to have a little extra muscle, just in case things don't go exactly the way he planned. For the last few days of rest, Broly stays at Goku's house, and instead of training, just hangs out and chills with the Sun family. Getting a taste of a little R&R, which is something he's never really had before. Broly, for the first time in his life, is happy. He's hanging out with his new friends, without his brother, and his father will be coming back soon. This is the life. The relaxation is short-lived though, as the fateful day of the Cell Games begins. Broly tags along with Goku and Gohan, making his way to the arena and meeting Cell. Cell is surprised to see another Saiyan still alive, and can't exactly get a read on him. This Broly kinda reminds him of Android 16 in his mannerisms and looks. Maybe this Saiyan is actually another android? No, that's impossible. Whatever. Once he manages to kill Goku, he'll fight him out to see what exactly he's made of. Even with Broly present at the Cell Games, Goku would be the second person to go up against Cell, as Mr. Satan was already taken out. Goku and Cell's fight would mostly go on as normal, with Goku only being slightly stronger here. Goku is stronger because of the Zenkais he got while fighting with Z Broly, and those managed to increase his power, so he's not as far below Cell as usual. Although I don't think these two Zenkais were enough to have Goku completely match Cell in terms of power, as when he was roughed up by Z Broly, he was badly hurt, but just badly knocked out, not on the verge of death. So the Zenkai would be less since his injuries weren't exactly fatal. Goku would give up the fight a little later than usual, but still give up nonetheless. And he continues with the original plan of having Gohan go in to fight Cell. Gohan and Cell have their fight mostly as normal as well. Gohan would again be a little bit stronger after his fight with Z Broly, but his Zenkai wouldn't be as great as well, since he wasn't going to die due to his injuries anyways. Gohan still is beaten around by Cell, who is pissed that Gohan can't unleash his full power. And he goes to steal the Senzu beans from Krillin as normal. Except, this whole time, Broly's rage has been building. He's watched his new friend Gohan be beaten around by this monster, and nobody else here has the strength to stop it. He's not going to sit here and let that happen. The moment Cell flies up to Krillin, steals the Senzu and laugh, Broly screams out in rage, transforming into his wrathful form, and charges Cell, punching him straight down to the ground. Everybody looks over in shock towards Broly, who rushes down towards Cell again, and begins to severely pummel him. Cell himself is confused by this. Where did this Saiyan come from? How can he deal this much damage so fast? And he's not even a Super Saiyan. Cell powers up even more, unleashing his full power to get Broly off of him. With his full power, Cell is able to match against Broly just barely, but he's very weakened by those first few blows from him. Broly and Cell are somewhat evenly matched, with Cell fighting using his head, and not just blindly going in with savage blows like Broly is. Broly and Cell continue their battle, with Broly's power rising more and more as they fight. Cell is having more of a hard time as the battle continues, with even his full power not being enough to compete against the Savage Saiyan. Gohan stares with surprise in his eyes, happy that he was saved by Broly, not having to fight anymore, as he knows that he really was nothing against Cell. A true warrior is what's needed here, not a child like himself. Cell is completely obliterated by the Savage Saiyan, with no trace of him left behind. Cell is gone, but Broly is still powering up even further, his rage still not dissipated. Gohan rushes over to Broly and tells him everything is okay now. He's alright, and the monster is gone now. Broly breathes heavily, staring at Gohan, and the light goes back into his eyes as he reverts back to base, and apologizes for going overboard. Gohan tells him it's okay, he saved them all, and he wasn't like his brother, since he managed to gain control of himself once again. The other Z fighters are amazed by Broly defeating Cell so easily, and while Goku is impressed that Broly has somehow gotten even stronger than fighting his brother, he's a little disappointed that Gohan wasn't able to unleash his full power. Hopefully, Gohan can find another way to increase his power, but for now, it's time to celebrate. Broly thanked all around for saving the world, and since there wasn't a gigantic Kamehameha clash to send the camera crews flying away, the cameramen caught Broly defeating Cell. So, Mr. Satan isn't going to become the world champion this time. Broly is praised as a champion of the world, though he doesn't actually fully embrace in all of his work, and he just goes off with the Z fighters back to the lookout, where they summon Shenron and use the first wish on the Dragon Balls to revive all of those killed by Cell. This brings everybody killed back to life, though 17 and 18 stick together this time once they are revived, as they have no real reason to separate, as there's nobody else around to show them compassion, as Krillin was never able to remove the bombs from their bodies. So, sorry Krillin, not in this scenario for you either, buddy. With the second wish instead, Broly wishes for his father to be brought back to life, and Paragus is brought back to the planet and confused on where exactly he is. Broly hugs his father, saying that he was killed by his brother, and now he brought him back. Paragus doesn't know what to think of being brought back to life. He doesn't want to stay here and become a good guy, but he knows he'll never be able to kill Vegeta now, as these other Saiyans are too powerful for him. And Broly is friends with all of them. No matter how hard he tries, Broly will never betray them. So that leaves either giving up on the plan entirely, or training himself. Paragus decides that he should just train with his son. That way he can get his revenge himself without needing Broly around to do everything for him, as his sons betrayed him previously, and that even resulted in his death. If you want something done right, you must do it yourself. Paragus thanks Broly for bringing him back, and says that as of now, he'd like to stay here on this planet, where the two can train together, and get stronger like these other Saiyans did. And now they don't have Z Broly around to bog them down with his outbursts and destruction tendencies. Broly is very happy that he gets to stay here on this planet, with his father and friends, and thanks his father for allowing this. Paragus glares daggers at Vegeta, trying to ignore him completely, and asks Goku how they managed to increase their powers by so much, without any Saiyan technologies to help. Goku says that the fastest way to get stronger was to train in the hyperbolic time chamber, as that's what he did along with his son. Future Trunks tells Paragus that he better not be pulling anything, and actually wanting to better himself as a father in there, and not manipulate Broly any longer into killing Vegeta. Paragus says that he learned his lesson after his death by his other son, and now he just wants to make a better life for the two of them, by spending time with his son and not wanting any more revenge. This is obviously a crock of crap, but Goku says that they might as well give him a chance. There's no way that Broly will be manipulated by his father anymore, as there will always be somebody around to calm him down now. He's nothing like his brother. Trunks is weary, but there's nothing he can really do, so he just tells Paragus if he tries anything anymore, he will kill him. Paragus and Broly decide to use the hyperbolic time chamber, training together once again, and the end of the Cell arc wraps itself up. This finale has many changes from the original, but the biggest change being that Goku is still alive, not needing the chance to sacrifice himself, as Cell was already taken out before he needed to interfere. The next change being that Gohan never managed to achieve Super Saiyan 2, with his confidence in himself not emerging, with him being much weaker and still weaker than Goku as of now. With Gohan weaker than normal, Goku tells him that they should continue their training still, and not power down from the Super Saiyan forms quite yet, as if they do, then Gohan will just begin to slack off and not become any stronger. Of course, he'll still be studying his scholar duties, but Goku will train Gohan off to the side after studying. Vegeta didn't get his great character moment of going after Cell once his son died, since Trunks didn't die in this timeline, so he just wants to continue his training right off the bat, not wanting to never fight again, and keep up his training. Trunks returns to his own time, and manages to destroy his 17 and 18 along with Cell, and everything there happens as normal, for now. Everybody continues their training, with Goten being born as normal, and him becoming more of his own person due to his father being around more in this scenario. With Broly and his father, they trained in the hyperbolic time chamber. Paragus managed to achieve the Super Saiyan form, gaining more power and wanting his fight against Vegeta. Broly has no idea that his father is only training with him to get his revenge, but it's still nice for him, and he enjoys training with his father. Broly and Paragus live out near Goku, with Broly and Paragus training with Goku, Gohan, and Goten every now and then, trying to increase their powers more and more. In this time gap, Gohan eventually gets Super Saiyan 2 on his own, increasing his power even more throughout the years. With Gohan increasing his power and discovering a new transformation in this time, I'm pretty sure that Broly would be able to get a new transformation as well, discovering the Super Saiyan transformation. He wouldn't get the form from rage of his father's death, but mainly the way that Gohan got the form in canon. Even Goten managed to get the form very easily, and Goku and even Paragus would manage to get the Super Saiyan 2 transformation as well. Vegeta would continue training with his son, Trunks, with Trunks getting Super Saiyan as normal, and Vegeta managing to access the power of Super Saiyan 2 after sensing the power of Goku, Gohan, and Paragus. Goten and Trunks would still become friends, and go out on their adventures as usual. Goten is much stronger and more confident than Trunks, so he's not exactly his lackey this time, and the two are equal best friends. The two go throughout the world trying to find the Dragon Balls to wish for loads of candy and their own amusement park. And after Trunks and Goten punch a hole throughout the ocean to find the Dragon Ball and cause a tsunami, this awakens somebody resting in the ocean. Z Broly. Z Broly awakens from his slumber in the ocean, sensing the power of Saiyans similar to Goku and Trunks near him. He flies off to find these energy signatures and discovers Goten and Trunks. Z Broly laughs, happy he managed to discover the right planet, and he transforms into a Super Saiyan form, rushing the two boys. Goten and Trunks are surprised by the new Super Saiyan, and transform themselves, battling the legendary Saiyan, very confused. Goten recognizes his figure as Broly, but it can't be. He looks very similar, but his clothing is very different, his skin tone is lighter, and he has a bloodthirsty look in his eyes. Goten is more powerful than in canon due to his training with so many Saiyans, and he's able to hold his own against Z Broly by himself, and having Trunks there too holds Broly off for a little bit. Z Broly is pretty angry that he's being held off by two smaller versions of Goku and Trunks, who we can tell are different people than before, but still, it's very irritating. He powers up further into his legendary Super Saiyan form, and now Goten and Trunks are taken out completely. Before he is able to kill them, he is blasted away by somebody he hoped he would never see again, his brother. Super Broly is in shock at seeing his brother. He thought he killed him 7 years ago. How can he still be alive? Z Broly tells his brother he's way too soft, and that he didn't give his full power with that final attack years ago, and he survived. The attack took out the comet coming towards the planet, but not him. He managed to drift back down to the planet and recover naturally, until he would be able to go off and find his brother once again. Z Broly used his full power and transformed into the legendary Super Saiyan, summoning a barrier around him and flying at full speed to try and make it towards Earth. It took a long while, but he managed to successfully sense his brother's energy and arrive on the planet. Though the Saiyan used up all of his power getting there, and he reverted back to base, landing in the freezing cold ocean, ice crystallizing around him, being trapped in ice for 6 more years until he was awoken by Goten and Trunks. Super Broly is enraged that he wasn't able to rid the universe from his brother, and he powers up into his own version of the Super Saiyan form and tells Z Broly that this time, he's not going to be holding back. However, that's where we're going to be leaving this part for right now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and stick around for the next part. Again, if you guys want the next part out faster, make sure you get this video up to 1,000 likes. That way I can begin working on it. Before I go, huge shout out to Professor X for becoming a patron over on Patreon. It really means a lot with you being able to support me, man. Thank you so much. If you want to have your name shouted out like Professor X over here, and want a bunch of special perks from me, then consider joining the Patreon, which is linked down below as well. Now, that's all for me today, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until we meet again, see you later.